Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to Steins Gate Zero. It is episode 10. And you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and enjoy the reaction. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, as I said, there was a good little episode. There was a lot of it. I think one of the major things is what I have in this picture here. This situation between the two girls in in this very interesting girls' party moment. Where in my opinion, Maho, while talking to Moeka and telling her don't belittle yourself, you cannot be replaced, you are unique, everyone is unique in the end. While saying that, she realized that this is fitting for her as well. Here in this case, if you compare yourself to others and live your whole life feeling inferior, that's just not good. And maybe there's something of that in herself. The whole theme of this episode was Amadeus and Salieri. The idea of two really good musicians in this case. But in many ways, I think they are comparable now here to Maho Kurisu and Maho. And Maho very much feels like Salieri. She even picked this name. I don't know if that happened already in the university where she studied, that she already realized that she knew Maho Kurisu already there and picked it unconsciously or not. However, in many things that we've seen in the past, how she talks about Maho Kurisu, in the beginning there was this moment when she talks about how she respects her. There is this moment in that she kind of puts Maho Kurisu on a pedestal, on that she is a genius, you know? The one that came up with so many ideas, that is just so good, and she feels like the one that is aspiring to be like Maho Kurisu. I am not even sure age-wise who's older. I think Maho is older than Maho. So there is this idea of Mozart being Maho Kurisu and Maho being Salieri, and as it was explained, Salieri in the end felt inferior, felt worse than Mozart, and became frustrated, tried to pick up speed, tried to, well, in the end he killed off his own game by not looking after what he is capable of, but instead looking off what did Mozart do. And in many ways that's sometimes what Maho does. It's not as harsh as it may seem and sound here, because she is a little genius. There's no question here. Maho is incredibly intelligent. But I think for herself, she realized something here that in many ways she behaves kind of similar. I really would like to know what this one sentence of her in the beginning would have ended. Where she said that she loved Maho Kurisu, that she respected her, that she wanted to be like her, and then she didn't continue. And there's a question of is there something at least slightly negative in there? This being like someone is a problematic thing. If you want to be like this person, as successful, as intelligent, as beautiful, whatever you say, this is you aspire to be. And then there's this moment where you want to replace this person. You want to be exactly like this person. Then you lose who you are. You become this person. You're a copy of that person. You're nothing unique anymore. Which is one of the things if you look out in the world and you see people trying to achieve a perceived standard of beauty. They want to look like someone. And there are those moments when you just realized, well, okay, you are kind of beautiful because you dress like that and you keep your hair like that and you do makeup like that. But what of that is you? And what of that is the beauty queen puppet, which I can see on every poster? What of this is you? What makes you unique? That's a danger. I see it as example when you have carnival or something like that, festivals like that, where you are dressing up. And I see it when kids dress up in such occasions, and you can really see what is actually interesting for kids. Is it Spider-Man? Is it Superman? And so on. And you're like, yeah, I want to be, let's say, Spider-Man. Cool, why not? You like Spider-Man. And you go to this carnival, or you go to a children's party, and half of the kids are dressed as Spider-Man. It's not interesting anymore. It's not unique anymore. And in many cases, for those kids, it is even disastrous. Because they don't want to be one of 20 Spider-Mans. They want to be the one, you know? So, becoming someone else? Dangerous. We have the laptop in the game now. So there is a laptop with the memories, with the ideas, with the research of Marquise Kurisu. And Maho has it. And she wasn't able to log in. Something tells me it's very likely if someone would be able to log in by guessing the password, it may be Okarin. If someone would be able to hack into it, it would be very likely Daru. But I think Okarin could be able to lock himself in because he kind of knows some things on a deeper level, on an emotional level, about Marquise Kurisu. That's one thing. Maho gave this laptop to someone now to crack it open, to get access to this research. And whoever that may be, it doesn't matter because now it's a danger. There are people after this laptop, there's no question. And who can you trust when it comes to something like that, like the danger of causing World War III? I don't think there's anyone. So that's the harsh thing in the end of the episode. This episode was strange because it mixed up. We had a thinking start with Mozart, Salieri, and Maho already going into the direction, which we finished in the end of the episode. And the end of the episode was even more like that, very much on dark and deep emotions. I mean, we visited the place where Marquise died. We had to see how much, even after all he already got done, how much Okarin is still fighting with that, with this moment, these problems. Let's not forget it was him who killed her. That's the thing here. And we got this moment where Maho in the end now is introduced by Okarin to what the heck is really going on. World War III knocking at the doors, because Okarin couldn't stop himself in this moment of panic about this laptop and what it means to tell more than he should have. And I really like in this, just mentioning how they, and by they I mean the creators of this series, focused on how he looks. You can see in his face how he loses it, how panicked he is, which is a negative thing in general, but it is great because I could see and feel his emotions. That was just good. So praising that. And while this happened on the beginning and in the end of the episode, in the middle of the episode, we have a really good time. And as always, when we have a good time, you know what I think. Oh yeah, shit is going down the drain very soon. As it was. So we have kind of a date between Okarin and Maho, which is nice to see and really gets the question in me running. Is there maybe really a relationship going to be in the future between those two? Because she blushes about it, and you can see that even he is not completely denying it anymore. I mean, he's a bit pressured into it from Amadeus, but he goes for it, you know? And yeah, it's a strange thing because possibly as every one of you, I'm like, come on, he is / was in love with Marquise. Is that somehow wrong? However, there's the question. He said he has to move forward, and in this timeline, as he knows, he cannot bring her back. How long will you have to wait? Sure, it is not very long, generally speaking, and he's remembered about her so often. But there is a legit option now, a person who is in many ways fitting for him. Let's be serious, he needs someone who has some brain capacity, who's able to talk to him on his level. So it's very likely her. So I see this option, and I'm not denying it completely, you know. We have the pajama party, let's call it that way, at Faris. And a bit too much fan service in my opinion, but okay. So there's interesting relationship material, there is fan service, and there's even a lot of comedy when it comes to Nai, or Ne, I'm not sure how she's properly pronounced, Captain Clean. So that was something I didn't expect. That was funny as hell, and very, very entertaining. So there are a lot of things in this one episode. So, and they all put it in, and it all fits together. I really like it. It was a really good episode. And now in the end, there we are, and we got a little bit background information about Marquise, the channel puppet. I don't know it. Sorry. But she has the knowledge now. So there is a World War III coming. There is USA versus Russia, running forward towards a time machine research. And this causes World War III. If you don't think someone is having to wear an head made of aluminium foil, as Weird Al Yankovic would say, or is thinking about the weirdest stuff, you would say, how the heck do you know that? And she knows Okarin enough now, she trusts him enough now, she knows how intelligent he is. She has the information that there is, from the side of Maho and Kurisu, a theory about time. And so many more small things that just fit together now, more and more. The fact that she said, it feels so much like you are trying to protect everyone from something. And then in the end, he blurts out, there's a war for a time machine. We are heading towards World War III. You know, it just fits. That's the and she's clever. Maybe she will deny it on the first hand, like, okay, he's crazy. But that will not keep up long. She is too intelligent, and all the pieces fit too much together now. So either she will very instantly believe it, or she will have a moment of doubt and of denial, because that's a big one. You know, he's not talking about some minor stuff. He's talking about the end of the world. But then she will come to terms with it. And if you know that, the next step, just logically, is, okay, how can you know that if you are not able to at least look into the future somehow? Have an option to view the future, to perceive it. So like a scope towards the future. And talking about that, knowing what she knew already before, those two are researching time machines. Okay, do you have one? did you research one together with Marquise? And why are you not using it? So she will get there. The question is just how fast. And I ask myself if there will be the moment when she's like, why didn't you save her? We will go to this moment. We will, not saying time-wise, jumping there, but we will have this moment, I'm pretty sure, between Maho and Okarin, where she puts the so-called pistol on his breast, on his head, and asks him, why didn't you save my love, my teacher, my Mozart, you know? Why didn't you save Marquise Kurisu? You could have. You should have, you know? So that will boil up again. And that will lead to possibly what happened. Who killed her? And that's a big one. That's a really big one that will cause a lot of stress and problems. I'm not sure if I look forward to it, but I look forward to it. So this is where we are at this point. I like it. As I said, really good episode. And I look forward to the next one where they will very likely explain what's going on. It's this moment where she realizes right now, right in the end of this episode, is the moment I waited for. Her finding out about time travel, the time machine, and that it did happen. And they just stopped exactly in the moment when she finds out. So it's the beginning of the next episode, possibly, I'm waiting for. Okay, that's it from me. I hope you liked that one. And I will see you the next time. You know what that means. Until then, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.